welcome back. Today we're going to talk about what I eat in a day and my training routine. So I can be jacked, But this is kind of cringy, so I'm going to put on a shirt. Let's start off with food. So in the morning, I usually work out in the mornings. I know most people claim they're not morning people. I think that's because they just don't go to sleep early enough. I'll usually wake up at like 6:30, maybe 7, be in the gym by 8, and then work out from like 8 to 9:30. And I'll go into what that routine looks like in a bit. But in terms of food, I usually don't eat anything before my workout. I'll probably drink a Celsius, which is like product placement, not sponsored. That's like caffeine. That's like 200 milligrams of caffeine. I'll try to wait to do that because you're actually not really supposed to take caffeine immediately after you wake up because you still have like cortisol in your body, or I don't know all the science. I'm working on that, but yeah, I usually take it into like half an hour to an hour from when I wake up. And then sometimes if I'm feeling like low energy, I'll just find like quick carbs, like glucose. So I'll eat like a Rice Krispie in the morning. Otherwise, that's it. After my workout, these are actually like a cheat code. These 42 grams of protein core powers. And yeah, I used to drink these when I was in like middle school, but yeah, it's a ton of protein for just like a drink. It's not like you have to eat a bunch of ground beef. You're just getting it all in a drink. So yeah, these are like the first two things in my body during the day. And then I'll also eat like one of these like Fit Crunch bars that have 16 grams of protein. Because that's what's important. Like after workout, you want to get carbs and you want to get protein in your body. After that, lunch-wise, I'll probably eat at like 12 or 1. And if I'm home and I'm cooking, that'll probably be... This is like my guilty pleasure, the Marie Callender's chicken pot pie, because I just grew up on microwavable food. This is like the cringiest thing I might ever admit on camera, but I love these things. If not that, like usually I'll cook ground beef, spinach, 3 or 4 eggs, and make white rice. And that also ends up being my dinner. My other guilty pleasure is also ramen with like 3 eggs and spinach. So my lunch, dinner are pretty much interchangeable and revolve around all the same foods. So yeah, basically ground beef, spinach, rice, and eggs, plus like all the morning stuff. So that's like my diet right now. During the week, my team will also go out for lunch. So yeah, that can always vary, but just try to always choose something like semi-healthy, like a sandwich or whatever. In terms of training routine, I'm currently David Gogginsing it and not taking rest days. I'm lifting 7 days a week on a 5-day split. In that session, it's usually 5 exercises focused on one body part each of those 5 days. So one day will be arms, one day will be legs, one day will be shoulders, one day will be back. I feel like I'm forgetting one more. Oh, and one day will be chest. And then, yeah, there's 5 exercises. I'll do each exercise usually for 5 sets of 10 reps. And I'm like playing with different exercises. A lot of them end up being interchangeable. It honestly depends on like when I look in the mirror and like analyze my body for the week, like what specific parts of each muscle group need to get bigger, so it all ends up kind of even. I've also gotten into a mindset where like I really want to turn my weaknesses into my strengths. So for like my entire life, I had a small chest. I also had like small shoulders. So that's like, those are 2 areas I've been trying to actually turn around by putting more effort into them. So yeah, like I'll do 5 exercises, like lots of water breaks in between. Also really focused on technique and like the lowering part of my movements, like not just lifting the weights but lowering them. That's actually where you can make a lot of gains, build a lot of muscle. So I spent a lot of time like doing exercises right and doing them slowly. It's not about like how much weight, how much I can like ego lift right now. More so going the bodybuilder route and just making sure that the muscles are stimulated for optimal growth. After my exercises, I'll always stretch. So every day I'm stretching pretty much my full body, and then really focus on whatever I lifted that day and stretching that. Sometimes I'll also stretch before if a part of my body is hurting. And then I'd say like 3 to 4 days a week, I'm doing cardio. It could be like 30 minutes on the bike. It could be like an incline walk. It could be jump roping. But just switching it up so it never really gets boring. I think all of that encompasses my entire diet and training plan right now. These things are always changing. Like, this is new for me, but I guess I've seen more growth in the last few months just because I'm staying disciplined and going to the gym every day, making sure I like get all the nutrients my body needs, getting enough sleep, and yeah, just training like a bodybuilder, which I've never really focused on before. And yeah, if you have any other questions about my diet or my training plan, leave them down below. Of course, I'm not an expert, but this is what's working for me currently. If I start to see problems from me like training every day, I'll have to switch it up. But until then, I'm trying this out. Get you guys in my next video. Peace.